What is the Arrange-Act-Assert AAA pattern in unit testing? Imagine you're building a puzzle. Each piece needs to fit perfectly to see the full picture. In software testing, the Arrange-Act-Assert pattern helps you piece together tests that are clear and easy to understand. This pattern breaks down each test into 3 simple steps, making debugging and fixing bugs much easier. First, you set up everything needed for the test in the Arrange step. This means creating objects, setting variables, and preparing any mock dependencies. Think of it like laying out all the puzzle pieces on a table before you start assembling. You want to make sure the environment is controlled and predictable so the test runs smoothly. Next comes the Act step. Here, you run the actual code or method you're testing. This is like placing a puzzle piece into the picture. You're triggering the behavior you want to verify. Usually, this involves calling a single function or method with the data you prepared during the arrange phase. Finally, the assert step is where you check if the outcome matches what you expected. It's like stepping back to see if the puzzle piece fits perfectly into the picture. You compare the actual result with the expected result, confirming whether the code behaves correctly. If it doesn't, the test fails, and you know exactly where to look. Using the AAA pattern makes your tests more organized and easier to read. It helps you focus on one behavior at a time, reducing confusion. When you write tests this way, it's simpler to update them as your code changes. Plus, if a test fails, you can quickly identify whether the problem is in the setup, the execution, or the verification. This pattern also supports better debugging. Because each phase is separate, you can isolate where things go wrong. If the setup is faulty, you fix the environment. If the execution is off, you look at the code under test. And if the assertion fails, you check your expected results. For example, if you're testing a function that checks if an email is valid, you'd first create a user object with an email address in the arrange step. Then, you'd call the validation function in the act step. Finally, you'd verify with an assertion that the result is true or false, depending on the email you set. Adopting the Arrange-Act-Assert pattern aligns perfectly with advanced debugging and prevention strategies. Well-structured tests help catch bugs early, document expected behaviors, and make diagnosing issues faster. They also encourage writing small, independent tests that are less likely to give false positives or flaky results. In the end, the Arrange-Act-Assert pattern is a simple yet powerful way to write clear, reliable, and maintainable unit tests. It organizes your testing process into 3 straightforward steps, making debugging easier and your code more robust.